Imagine you've been handed the secret key to unlocking a profound love story, the kind of love that feels like destiny. Today, you'll learn how to manifest a specific person into your life using the love story method based on the timeless teachings of Neville Goddard. By the end of this video, you'll understand the precise steps to shape the reality where your love story unfolds naturally and effortlessly. If you stay with me till the end, I'll reveal a powerful, lesser-known technique from Neville's teachings that very few talk about. It's a hidden gem for manifesting love that has worked for countless people, some who'd even given up hope. Stick around, and you'll see what I mean. Picture yourself on a warm, starry evening standing by the ocean. You've just spent hours walking, processing, wondering if this person you're longing for is feeling the same pull. This desire isn't just a passing thought, it's something that's been growing in your heart for as long as you can remember. There's a voice in you that whispers maybe they're waiting too. But it isn't just wishful thinking. In your soul, you know this connection was meant to be. Here's where we bring in Neville Goddard's teachings to transform that longing into something real. Neville spoke extensively about the law of assumption, the power to embody the reality of your desire before you see it. But the love story method we're using goes a step further. It's about bringing the magic of your dream into your everyday thoughts, making it a living, breathing story. So, how do we do this? Imagine a woman named Lena, who for years had been quietly in love with a man named Evan. She and Evan crossed paths at various points in life, but nothing ever materialized. Lena, however, felt something unexplainable, a magnetic pull she couldn't ignore. Following Neville's teachings, she decided to use the law of assumption, fully embodying the feeling of being with Evan, even though they hadn't spoken in months. Each evening, she closed her eyes and imagined the details vividly: the warmth of his hand in hers, the sound of his laughter, the way they'd look at each other in a room full of people. She didn't just imagine a date, she imagined a life together. She envisioned moments that felt real to her heart, knowing this practice was about living in the assumption that he was already in her life. Neville once said, "Your assumption, to be effective, cannot be a single isolated act. It must be a maintained attitude of the wish fulfilled," and Lena did just that. Over weeks, things started shifting. Suddenly, she'd encounter reminders of him. Songs they both loved would play randomly, mutual friends would bring him up in conversations, and the universe seemed to whisper that her desire was on its way to becoming real. Until one evening, by sheer coincidence, she ran into Evan at a small art exhibit. The connection was immediate, as if they'd already shared 1,000 moments together. It wasn't just a spark, it was a flame that had been building all along. Can you feel the energy of that story? Do you feel the tingling curiosity? Could this really work for you too? Lena didn't do anything magical, except allow her imagination to assume the reality she wanted. You too have this power. The trick is to maintain a consistent story, a love story you revisit every day. As you watch this video, consider what it would feel like if your specific person were already in your life. How would you talk to them? How would you feel about yourself? Knowing they were by your side, this story is yours to create, just like Lena's. Neville reminds us that the world is a mirror, forever reflecting what you are doing within yourself. When you embody love within, when you feel that joy as though it is already true, you send out an energy that draws that reality back to you. Think of another example, a man named Cade who had fallen in love with his best friend, Amara. They had been friends for years, and Cade had never had the courage to tell her how he felt. Every time he considered sharing his feelings, fear crept in, telling him it would ruin everything. One night, he stumbled across Neville's teaching on imaginative acts. He learned that if he could assume the feeling of being with her, she would eventually reflect that love back. Instead of obsessing over how to tell her, he began to live in the feeling that she already loved him back. Cade crafted his own love story with Amara in his mind nights spent laughing over dinner, sharing secrets, even simple, quiet mornings where they'd sip coffee in comfortable silence. Each day, he'd dedicate a few minutes to this mental movie. He didn't need to force it to happen, he simply had to assume it was already true. And then, without warning, things changed. Amara started calling him more often, sharing deeper parts of herself, even dropping hints that she valued his presence in a way that went beyond friendship. Eventually, they shared a moment, one that Cade knew was coming because he'd created it, one assumption at a time. Right now, I know you might be thinking, but I don't know if I can truly feel it, if I can make it real in my mind. The answer, yes, you can. This is where Neville's hidden gem comes into play. The technique that helps you step into this reality even when doubts arise. I promised I'd share something valuable at the end, and we're almost there. But before we dive into that final tool, remember that persistence is everything. Like Lena and Cade, your love story is built on small, consistent acts of imagination. Hold on to the feeling of being with that specific person. Don't let it slip. Every time doubt comes in, remind yourself that you're the creator, and your mind is the stage upon which this love story will unfold. Let's get practical. Close your eyes and imagine the person you want to be with. Picture them clearly, but don't just stop there. Feel the presence of their energy. Imagine the texture of their voice, the warmth of their smile. Imagine how it feels to have them by your side, sharing moments, listening to you, laughing with you. Every time you engage in this practice, let yourself feel as though this connection is real, as though they are already a part of your life. It may sound simple, but this is the magic. Feeling is the secret ingredient that activates the law of assumption. And here it is, the technique that many overlook. It's called the mental rehearsal before sleep. Neville believed that the state you fall asleep in is the one that profoundly impacts your reality. Here's how to use it. Each night as you drift to sleep, play out a scene in your mind where you are already with your specific person. Feel their presence, the comfort, the love. Let this be the final image you hold before sleep. Trust that as you sleep, the power of your subconscious is working to bring that reality to life. It's like planting a seed in fertile soil. As you continue this nightly practice, watch as small synchronicities and changes begin to unfold. The universe will rearrange itself to match the story you've told it. Now, the only thing left is for you to begin. Remember, the story of Lena and Evan, Cade and Amara, they weren't just stories. They're reflections of real experiences, real people who trusted their power. Start your journey today. Use the love story method, hold on to that assumption, and trust that you are fully capable of manifesting the love you deserve. Hey, I've got something exciting to share with you. Are you ready to boost your confidence, attract positivity, and feel more at peace? My new ebook, Powerful and Positive Affirmations to Change Your Life in 30 Days, is the ultimate guide to creating lasting change. With daily affirmations, guided meditations, and visualization techniques, this 30-day challenge will help you feel more motivated, confident, and purposeful. And the best part, it's only $4.99. Start your transformation today. Grab your copy and watch your life change.